As far as I'm concerned, like I said long time ago, in my opinion, I think this gender war stuff is nothing more than some infiltration, some COINTELPRO. Caucasian race, all right? The Caucasian race, also Caucasoid, Europoid, or Europid, is an obsolete racial classification of human beings based on a now disproven theory of biological race. The Caucasian race was historically regarded as a biological taxon, depending on which of the historical classifications of race was being used. Usually included ancient modern populations from all over or parts of Europe, Western Asia, Central Asia, South Asia, North Africa, and the Horn of Africa. Okay? So, yeah, I'll be leaving the link for this in the description box. Furthermore, it goes on to say, in the United States, the root term Caucasian is still in use as a synonym for white or of European, Middle Eastern, or Northern African ancestry, a usage that has been criticized, which I don't understand why that would be criticized, but whatever. And I'll leave the link to this in the description. And people always say, well, it's just Wikipedia. It's just Wikipedia. Well, the thing is that Wikipedia comes with references. So you can check any assertion made on here. Okay. So no, white people, it's not Kang shit and pseudoscience. Okay.
He comes around us trying to blend in with all of this anti-FBA hatred. From what I understand, he was also a federal agent.
Yeah, what up? It's your boy Rob, coming back at you once again with another video. So before we get started, you know what to do. Make sure you hit the bell icon twice, smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, watch it all the way through to the end, and choose a button to hit at the end of the video, or just let the video play all the way through. So if you've been following my channel, then you pretty much know about the Fresh and Fit fiasco. We have the anti-black and anti-black woman sentiments surrounding them, as well as all of the fiascos, the Frank Castling, the comments that have been made, and as you know, many YouTubers and commentary personalities have been weighing in. And like I said, as long as the algorithm loves this content, then I will keep giving it to the algorithm, and you guys keep liking it, sharing it, and watching all of it. All right, so you guys know who this individual is here on the screen. It's the famous foundational black American race baiter, Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed has come out with a lot of things for the black community. Hidden History Museum is one of the most recent projects that he's trying to do. He recently came out with the movie Buck Breaking, and he has the documentary series Hidden Colors, as well as a book called The Art of Mackin', I believe. Tariq Nasheed is hilarious. This dude cracks me up. You know what I'm saying? He could work part-time as a comedian and actually make a decent living off of it because he's funny as hell. I don't know if you guys remember or if you've been watching long enough, but he had the classic roast that he had when he was beefing with Tommy Sotomayor and Dr. Umar Johnson. So what this is a clip from a recent live stream called Gathering Intel, and he weighed in on the Fresh and Fit. Now, I know this is going to be hilarious because Tariq is fucking funny as hell. So let's check this out and see exactly what he's saying. Let's get it.
And what's interesting, the Negroes, oh, this is offensive. I had a few of those Negroes. Almost every single one of them are these non-FBA tethers. Almost every single one of them are these non-FBA tethers. Why would you put something like that out? Because we are sending a message. We are raising awareness to what's being done. See, a lot of these non-FBA tethers, they hate the idea of calling out white supremacy. And I put up a tweet the other day. Let me find that tweet. I put up this post the other day, and this post rings true. Right here. Family, the best way to weed out non-FBA infiltrators is to start attacking systematic white supremacy and then watch for the black people who get offended. The minute you see black people get offended, when you start talking about white supremacy, those are 9 times out of 10, those are tethers or some LGBT wannabe niggas. All right? When we start calling out systematic white supremacy and black folks act offended, we're dealing with tethers right there. Those are usually tethers. And we got to watch out for them. We got to keep tethers out of our damn mix. All right. Right. I got this thing, man. I already don't argue with other black people. I damn sure don't argue with tethers, because that's a time wasting mechanism. And they want you to waste time. It's just like being in captivity. That's like being in a lot of Negroes understand psychologically that they are in captivity, and they basically just want somebody to sit there and chit chat with them to waste time while in captivity. I don't have time for that. I'm trying to get us out of captivity. And watch out for these niggas who want to talk in circles. Every time we get together as foundational black Americans and we try to talk about solutions, what the hell do we need to do to start replacing the system of white supremacy with justice? And then these tethers come around us, start talking in circles and start changing the subject about non-issues. These are people who are trying to deliberately waste your time because they're comfortable with captivity. They don't want to challenge white supremacy because they come from these places where you're taught not to fight white supremacy and not to challenge them. You got to go along with it. They do not want to see white supremacy fall. We got to be very clear. I'm going to get in on those fresh and fit niggas in 1 second. Speaking of tethers, let me get on that. Somebody brought up the fresh and fit dudes. Did y'all hear about the podcast? There was this girl, Asian Doll. Is Asian Doll a rapper? I know she was dating this one, King Von, right? She was dating the brother who got killed, Asian Doll. So she was on this podcast called Fresh and Fit. And it's a podcast with these 2 tethers on there. He's from somewhere in West Africa, and the other one is a Sudanese tether. Call themselves Myron Gaines, and they have something called the Fresh and Fit Podcast.
Tariq be funny when he don't even be trying to be, man.
So this went viral. Asian Doll was on here. I'm going to play the clip. Asian Doll was on here, this sister. And these dudes were real hostile to her. So she ended up walking off. These dudes were very hostile, and people were calling them out for being hostile to her.
Man, the thing that's crazy is that Asian Doll didn't even get it the worst. Man, somebody got to make that clip go viral where them 2 Karens was on each side of that other black girl just throwing the N-word back and forth, man. That is the one that got to go viral. That's the one that people got to see. You know what I'm saying? I got that in my library. Somebody got to put that out there because, like, the Asian Doll thing is bad, but the other situation was completely unprovoked. There's no question about who was in the wrong on that one.
So let me play the clip of this Fresh and Fit podcast, these dudes, with Asian Doll. And I really wish y'all stop with the Asian Doll and the China Doll and the Black China and the Black Asian, the Asian.
Yeah, I never really understood that. I don't know where that comes from. If there's anybody in the chat that does, if y'all could maybe give me the history on it. Why is that so popular? Like just Asian, Asia, you know, China. Like, I don't know why does that happen? Why do people do that?
I wish black folks cut that out because we have no camaraderie with no community. All right, hold on.
Yeah, that's facts.
I don't even know who she is, so I don't care. Simple. Damn.
Guys, sidebar conversations, please.
All right. What about
I've told you this is like, this is like the fifth time I've told you that, right?
Sixth
time.
Like, stop. For real, like, stop.
He mean as fuck.
Man, like, you haven't been here.
I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Yeah, it's the whole show.
Yeah, she's been doing it the whole show. I'm not mean as fuck. I just have rules. Simple.
All right, go ahead. It's a podcast.
Damn.
What I look for in a man that's like approaching me.
Hold on. Excuse me?
You mean?
I'm not mean at all.
Okay, I don't care.
Have you been here the whole time?
No.
All right, then. So you don't know what was
I
happening,
don't
right?
give a fuck.
Okay, then. So how you gonna come on somebody's show, not know what'll go down, and say, "Oh, you're mean"?
It don't matter. I can say what I want.
Okay, well you can get the fuck off the show too.
I don't give a
Get
Man,
off the show
chill,
too.
man. What? Chill out,
Listen,
bro.
don't be like
Nah, you can go.
Chill, chill. She ain't
You're not
gotta
gonna come on the platform.
Nah, chill, bro. She ain't gotta go nowhere.
No, she
chill,
could go.
Chill, bro.
I don't have to.
Chill.
Man, this shit, it just never gets old. It's just crazy. And what's so crazy is that the algorithm says that you guys love watching this clip, which is insane because, like, I'm already tired of watching this shit, but I got like 10 more videos to make.
Baby, we wanted to be this mean. We could all be fun.
Chill out, bro.
Let's calm
I'm
down.
sorry.
He's hot. I'm calm.
No, I'm very calm, but it's like, bro, you gotta show a little respect on the platform.
It's cool, bro. Chill.
I say you mean. It is what it is. What the fuck you want me to say?
That's not the truth,
Me,
though.
you mad about I said me? You grown as hell.
Well,
Yeah, well.
Okay. So earlier on the show, it was back and forth. So he was just telling her to chill because it was like 5 times before to like chill.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Okay, but I said he mean. Why he want to stop the shit?
Well,
Some dramatic.
because you don't know what was going on.
We are
I don't
on the
know.
show.
It's good, though, bro.
I would
Hey, yo.
piss you off.
All right.
Chill, bro. All right. We all right. We good.
He want a
I mean,
moment. Get it slow.
We good. Let's keep going, bro. We all
I want to
right.
leave.
Let's keep, baby,
Don't
you got
leave,
it.
please.
I won't.
Please.
Okay. Just like from here on out, like please.
Okay. So y'all see this dude. Now, when you invite people on your broadcast, somebody said, "How's that different from me and Sarah?" Very good question, because she wasn't a guest on the show. She wasn't just a guest on the show, and she was very disrespectful, and I fired her. You dig? She got fired on the air because she was being very disrespectful. You understand? That's much different. This is a guest on your show. This is a guest on your show. You invite somebody as a guest, that was just unnecessarily rude. He was just being rude just for the sake of being rude. This dude was just being rude simply for the sake of being rude. She didn't say anything. She didn't do anything wrong for this dude to start going off on that woman like that. She didn't do, the chick who was on my show was very goddamn disrespectful in my shit. Now, she was very, very extremely disrespectful, as folks could see, and I shut that shit down. You understand? Real quickly. It wasn't no back and forth and none of that. I just shut it on down real quick and nipped it in the bud just like that because I'm a boss. That's what bosses do. But what he was doing was some sucker shit. That was just rude for no reason. He was just rude, and the sister wasn't even doing anything. The sister wasn't doing anything. He's just rude to the sister for no reason. So people pulled up another clip of this dude, this Myron guy and the other guy, and they were talking about sisters and
I'm telling you, man, y'all gotta watch my video where we talk about that girl from Cleveland that was on there. And they had the two white girls next to her saying the N-word back and forth like it was nothing. That is 10 times worse than this. Like, people don't really understand, like this right here. Trust me, I get it, and I understand based on past history, but that's a live action example of them dudes being trifling and off the hook and just allowing complete racism on the show. That was insane.
TBA, didn't TBA expose these dudes about a month ago? So TBA, the Black Authority, he exposed these dudes about a month ago talking about...
Yeah. TBA did expose these dudes a couple months ago when it first had went down. He did it on the business, on the business channel. I think he did. He sure did.
how these dudes got, these are a bunch of anti-black tethers, anti-FBA tethers. So these dudes, that's kind of their MO. But here's an old clip people have circulated about these guys where they're talking about black women and how they don't date black women and all this. Now listen to these dudes. So you can see where the hatred and the contempt comes from. This is some real contempt. And I don't think it's just hatred for black women. This is FBA contempt. This is contempt for foundational black Americans, period. People got to understand that part of the game.
Yeah, Tariq, you should do a whole stream on these motherfuckers, man. You should show where they said that white men have it the worst in the United States. I mean, they got so many quotables. Take your pick.
Listen
about the black dating app called Black.
It's funny, I never used that one, bro, but hey, man.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like that. Man. We ain't night riders.
Nah,
so
I'm good.
You know, sometimes if they're, you know, red bone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay, so last one, guys.
Final round.
Now, we're not going to mention names for certain reasons, right?
Yes.
For a bunch of legal implications. But if you guys are you know, in our community, we talk about this extensively about the black dating app.
Okay, so yeah, this Myron dude. Oh yeah, we don't date. Yeah, we ain't down with the brown. And oh man. So this guy, these are super coons. You understand? And let's be very clear, because I've heard some people get online. Well, these black men, this and black men. No, what we're going to have to do, we got to differentiate some of these non-FBA tethers from us.
Oh, man.
Sitting up here talking all that bullshit because this Myron dude, this Myron guy, let's be very clear. This Myron dude, his name is not really Myron. Yeah, his co-host is Walter Weeks. He's from Barbados, but this Myron guy, his name is not Myron. This is the Myron guy right here. A lot of people have been digging up information on this guy. This is an Arab. He's from the Sudan. His name is actually Amrul Fudul.
Yeah, that's his name. You know what I'm saying? That's his name. I'm laughing at this tweet right here, man. I'm laughing at this tweet. Oh, man.
He changed his name to Myron Gaines, to try to sound more black. This is the definition of tethering. This dude is an Arab. This dude is an Arab. He comes around us trying to blend in with all of this anti-FBA hatred. From what I understand, he was also a federal agent.
Yeah, we'll go into that federal agent shit later. Matter of fact, we'll bring that around a little bit later. Y'all need to go watch all of my videos about this shit, man. Like, somebody's got to watch the reactions playlist and literally watch all of this from day one. Like, this shit crazy.
From what people are saying, I think they said he worked with the Department of Homeland Security, something like that. But this is one of these anti-FBA tethers who sit up here hating on foundational black Americans. That's what this thing is really about. It's really about all of foundational black Americans, and the softest target is a black woman. You see, they can pull that bullshit on a sister because he knows you can't talk that shit around no real FBA brother. You talking all that old weak sucker shit because a nigga pop you in your damn mouth.
Shit, you talk that wrong shit to a sister pop you in your damn mouth or possibly shoot you. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Nobody playing out here, especially with them kind of clowns.
You understand? And he knows that. See, they try to go for what they think are soft targets. They'll try to get around sisters and try to buck up and talk all tough and talk all greasy around some sisters because they know they can't talk that shit around some of these FBA brothers, especially certified niggas. Because you'll slap a falafel out of his fucking mouth. He knows that. You understand? So
slap a falafel. Where did Tariq be coming up with this shit, man?
These little dudes, man, they get around little white supremacist circles and they're the token Negro friend.
Yeah, man. Rollo Tomasi. Yeah. Yeah, TBA on the business. He always he be calling that shit out, man. You know what I'm saying? He does. That it's just crazy that like people are like finally starting to see this shit. Go back and watch all my old content and watch all my videos about that. You know what I'm saying? They're at least a year old.
They're the black friend, and these dudes sit around here talking mad shit about foundational black Americans all the time. You understand? These are the type of Negroes they like to hide behind.
Yeah.
Now, these Negroes come from these countries where they sit up here, they are off code at home, they'll sell their children, they let their countries go to hell, then they come over here trying to wag their finger to us and trying to get buck at us because of the envy and hatred that they have and the tethering. A lot of tethers who try to leech off people, they have contempt for the people they're hosting on. You understand? They have contempt for the people they got to host and leech on. You understand? And understand that this dude has that Arab mentality. Well, a lot of these Arab dudes, remember, the first slave trade in Africa came from them damn Arabs.
Boom. That's facts. That's big facts. And the thing that's funny is like white people always be like, well, Muslims sold blacks as slaves too. First of all, just because somebody else did some stupid shit that you did doesn't make it right. So that's not even a viable answer. Second of all, those Arabs that you're talking about are considered Caucasian.
Came over there in East Africa enslaving people left and right. You understand? That's a conversation we're going to have pretty soon too. But a lot of them have that same contempt that the white supremacists have. And the thing is, they don't get all the benefits and the privilege.
It comes right out of the Quran. It's literally right in the Quran, just like anti-black racism is literally right in the Bible.
Which is of white supremacy. But they damn sure try. We got to watch these tethers. And that's another.
I'm gonna have to get Izzy on here to give the specific verses in the Quran and in the Bible where it specifically talks about anti-black racism. I know in the Bible it's in the Old and New Testament.
Thing. A lot of these tethers, those dudes, especially from East Africa, a lot of them come over and they're allowed to classify themselves as white.
Yeah. And what's funny is that that's an actual fact. You know what I'm saying? That's an actual fact. I'm going to show you guys this on Wikipedia. All right? I'm going to show you guys this on Wikipedia. So he said that a lot of these guys come over here and classify as white. Now, the thing is just because it's Tariq, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of white people will be like, oh, you know, he's just saying that. It's that Kang shit. Pseudoscience, Kang shit. What does this say? Caucasian race. All right. The Caucasian race, also Caucasoid, Europoid, or Europid, is an obsolete racial classification of human beings based on a now disproven theory of biological race. The Caucasian race was historically regarded as a biological taxon, depending on which of the historical classifications of race was being used. Usually included ancient modern populations from all over or parts of Europe, Western Asia, Central Asia, South Asia, North Africa, and the Horn of Africa. Okay. So, yeah, I'll be leaving the link for this in the description box. Furthermore, it goes on to say in the United States, the root term Caucasian is still in use as a synonym for white or of European, Middle Eastern, or Northern African ancestry. a usage that has been criticized, which I don't understand why that would be criticized, but whatever. And I'll leave the link to this in the description. And people always say, well, it's just Wikipedia. It's just Wikipedia. Well, the thing is that Wikipedia comes with references. So you can check any assertion made on here. Okay. So no, white people, it's not Kang shit and pseudoscience. Okay.
A lot of them are allowed to classify themselves as white.
There we go. Yeah. And he's right. Here it is right here. Like, this is the proof. Literal in black and white right there in front of your face. All right. So again, make sure you pay attention to that. Study up. Grab the link. It'll be in the description box.
So they come over acting as buffer class people. You understand? They come over here and they act like buffers because they get to classify themselves as white. Now, they're darker than us, but they get to classify themselves as white and they get to infiltrate us. So they come around us and try to gather intel.
Just like that Latino dude from Florida, the serial killer. I forget what his name is. If somebody can put his name in the comments. I think it was actually Tariq who tweeted, and he posted a picture of the police report, and in the police report it actually showed where he classified his race as W, also, you know, white.
Because let's be clear, today's broadcast, we're talking about gathering intel. They get around us and they gather intel all the time and take it to the dominant society.
Yeah, like I always say, quote, they study us.
Always getting information about us and taking it to the dominant society. We need to know who these people are. There is no black, brown coalition, none of that stuff. These people have contempt for us.
Facts.
You understand? Utter contempt. Yeah, Nipsey was different. Nipsey wasn't a hater. He was half FBA, but he had the spirit of Foundation of Black Americans, and he was a rider. No, Nipsey was half East African and half Foundation of Black American, and he was a rider.
I always wondered if Nipsey was like Ethiopian or something, because he looks really ethnic. Looked, I should say, rest in peace. But I was always curious. One of my neighbors is Ethiopian, and he had the features like he's like a distant relative of Nipsey. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know Nipsey was half East African. No, I know.
This nigga right here is an immigrant. This nigga we're talking about, and this nigga allegedly works for them folks.
Yeah, you do.
So we know what his mentality is.
He did, should say.
Let's be very clear. Don't put Nipsey in the same category with this asshole. Don't you dare put Nipsey in the same category with this dude. No, watch out for these tethers. You understand?
Crazy.
Because listen, just like people were getting offended or fake offended by our NFTs, see, they don't like us calling out white supremacy, because us calling out white supremacy, meaning we want to dismantle this thing so that we can create a system of justice. And Foundation of Black Americans, we don't have a problem with running things on our own. Most of us, or many of us, I won't even say most, but many of us, we don't have a problem with getting out here running things without the white supremacists being in our mix. Actually, we prefer that they're not in our mix, because we know that we can operate better with them not in our mix. See, a lot of these non-FBA tethers, they don't think like that, because they've set up here in these countries where white mommy and white daddy wasn't directly there, and they saw how shit was in shambles. So they've equated black people running things with things being in shambles, not knowing it's the white supremacists that's still controlling the strings from afar. You understand? So they have to understand that, and it's not our job to get them to understand that. It's our job to protect our group from tethers who are trying to undermine us and hate on us and thwart our progress. It's our job to get these people out of our mix. And a lot of these dudes, they try to get into the manosphere type of thing where they're trying to give relationship advice and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's coming from a real weird place.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming from a real weird, hateful ass place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Surely is.
You see, a lot of these dudes got my old books because, again, my books, The Art of Mackin' and The Mac Within and all these books, that kicked off that whole pickup artist movement, manosphere thing. All of that happened. My books, plural, were the genesis for all that. But my book was coming from a player place. My books were coming from a cool place. That's why a lot of women like my books. It wasn't the He-Man Woman Haters Club bullshit. You understand? My books were coming from a very genuine place. And I even wrote many books for women too. But these dudes, it's coming from a simp place where they
Yeah, that's facts. It is coming from a simp place.
want to just almost punish women to a certain degree. It's always some old simpy ass bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's some real whiny, we gotta get over type of shit. It's real cornballish. It's real corny. I'm talking about simps like these dudes right here. You know? Real interesting stuff. Look, y'all, man, look, my books were out over 20 years ago, dude. My books were out over 20 years ago, dropping game. Documented. The Mac Lessons broadcast, people are still talking about the Mac Lessons. I did that damn near 20 years ago. I started it damn near 20 years ago. You understand? The old Mac Lessons shows. So it was coming from a real place. It wasn't coming from a hateful place. But a lot of these dudes, they get the information and it's a real simpish ass energy coming from it. Because the game got to be in you. The game, it got to be in you, not on you. Got to have the game in you. A lot of these dudes learn a couple of words. They learn a couple of the techniques, but the game that's in them is simpish. And the shit don't really work. And all of this stuff, these niggas talking about, yeah, I don't date the brown and all that. Let's be very clear. Those are coping mechanisms. Let's be very clear. Because dudes who talk that type of shit, really white girls ain't checking for them niggas either. They talk all that bullshit. White girls ain't really checking for these niggas, and sisters ain't really checking for them.
Speaking of white girls not really checking for them, looks like there's a little bit of trouble in paradise. But that's another story for another day.
Let's be clear. When dudes we don't date the black girls, we don't date the Shaniquas and all that. No, that's a nigga trying to cope. Nigga, if you ain't dating the Shaniquas, what the fuck you talking about? Nigga, just date you a white woman and shut your ass up. Sisters aren't checking for goofy, corny niggas like you. Let's just keep it a buck.
That's funny.
Cornball niggas like that ain't no sister checking for these dudes, and they know it. And they try to flip it as if the sisters are somehow beneath them. No.
And that's probably part of why they so damn angry and so damn hateful. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen no shit like this shit on YouTube.
No, nigga, you wanted to get at some sisters, and they looked at your ass and laughed in your fucking face. So that's where the contempt was. Sisters ain't fucking with no goofy ass,
But the only thing that's crazy to me is, this the shit that's crazy to me. Amanda, Anna Quinn Fit, Guste Janice. All them chicks is laughing at their asses and not checking for them either too. You know what I mean? But the thing that's the most interesting is that they don't make those kind of comments about them. They only make the comments about black women, which is interesting because, I mean, it'd be the white girls that be exposing them. And when I say it be the white girls, I'm not saying that just, you know what I'm saying, like going in. I'm saying that because, I mean, the women that I just named, there's actual documented evidence all over YouTube and online about the fiascos, the released text messages and all that. And it's them that did that, but they never have that kind of vitriol or say that kind of stuff towards them. You know what I'm saying? Which Got to ask yourself about that. You know what I mean?
FBA tether who probably musty as a motherfucker with flies on them or some shit. I'm not. Yeah, sisters probably clowned your dumb ass, and that's where you're mad. You tried to holler at a sister who was fly, and she clowned your stupid ass, nigga. Let's keep it a buck. You walked up with your sandals on and your big ashy fucking feet with flies on you, nigga. You had a musty ass burqa on or some shit. You tried to holler at one of these sisters, and the sister like, no, Ahmed, no. I can't give you my number, sir. The sister looked you in your eye and let you know that you were not the shit.
That's hilarious. So I'm not sure if that goes any longer, but what we're going to do real quick is we're going to go to a site on YouTube called Fedit. All right. That's what we're going to do. We're going to check out a site called Fedit real quick. All right. And maybe, yeah, here it is. I was about to say, and maybe we will see Myron. You know what I mean? So he's embracing it. You know what I mean? He's embracing that image as a Fed. Interesting. You know what I'm saying? And he does these video breakdowns with the police outfit on. You know? Interesting. Very interesting. As far as I'm concerned, like I said long time ago, in my opinion, I think this gender war stuff is nothing more than some infiltration, some COINTELPRO. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, people that immerse themselves in this kind of content, just be aware. Don't take it too serious, because you never know what the ulterior motives are. You definitely don't want to be talking and acting like this guy. So, ladies and gentlemen, players and pimps, that is the end of this video and the start of the next one. All right, so if you're not subscribed to the channel, you already know what to do. Make sure you hit the bell icon twice, smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and I will catch you on the next one. All right, sit tight. The next video is about to start now.